got 3 lengths to the roar of the crowd. Haley's got second.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the Australian Turf Club Award for New South Wales Racing Writer of the Year, please welcome Racing Minister, the Honourable George Souris, and ATC CEO, Mr Darren Pearce.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is appropriate that racing writers be recognised with this award sponsored by the Australian Turf Club. Racing is a billion-dollar industry and employs 50,000 people. It has millions of followers and is part of the fabric of our society, with champion horses, trainers and jockeys lauded by the public and written into our nation's folklore. And those who write the folklore keep us informed of what is surely one of the most popular sports in the land, as are racing journos. Without journalists who cover the sport so comprehensively and colourfully, keeping the public informed and entertained, racing would certainly not flourish as it does today.
Thank you, Minister. Premier, distinguished guests, it's an absolute honour for the Australian Turf Club to be here tonight. Our club and our industry nurtures legends of Australian sport, names like Farlap, Tulloch, Black Caviar, Bart Cummings, Gay Waterhouse, to name but a few. In all forms of sports and entertainment, you need to tell your story well to be in the race. The many fine men and women in the ranks of the racing journalists allow us to bring to life the controversy, colour, passion and energy of our industry by telling their stories very, very well. And I wish all the nominees tonight the very best of luck. The nominees for the ATC Racing Rider of the Year: Craig Young from the Sydney Morning Herald, Brent Zarafa from the Daily Telegraph, the biggest Sharks fan of all, Phil Rothfield from the Daily Telegraph, and the winner is,
ladies and gentlemen, the Kennedy Award for Excellence in New South Wales Journalism Racing Writer of the Year is Phil Rothfield.
The entries added up to a fascinating cross-sectional view of the racing world. Phil Rothfield's profile of Marlon Delendo's life-threatening struggle with kidney disease was a story of inspiration, typifying the courage of these small men of sport and their struggles.
I'm so proud to be here tonight, and I really appreciate this award. I was a copy boy in the late 70s and a cadet at the Telegraph with Les, and I just wish in those days he had as many police contacts, because we used to get in a fair bit of strife, and it would have been handy at 3 a.m. when we were being removed from the Journalists Club or Weatherups Wine Bar or whatever. But I am seriously so honoured. We were very close when we were young, and to be here tonight to accept this award, it makes me very proud. Thank you.
Sean Flannery. Just saying his name makes old journos who knew him smile. The most lovable rogue ever to hold a microphone, Sean was a real character, a man who I'm told his party tricks were so rude we can't mention them in mixed company, which seems a shame. He liked to drink and a smoke, and he knew how to write and break stories and to deliver radio reports that still live in our memory.
The jury of 3 women and 9 men have decided the fate of Michael and Lindy Chamberlain.
Sean Flannery taught me a hell of a lot about my journalism. He taught me a lot about myself, but he taught me a hell of a lot about the business that we're in. Over the rainbow. He was a great, great journalist across newspapers, across broadcasting, both radio and television.
After this break, Sean, an apology. We got a story a little wrong.
We sure did.
Matter of fact, we got it totally wrong.
Just correcting one of our earlier stories, Central Coast boxer Guy Waters, in fact, won. Dicko and myself are now going out to do to a writer what Guy Waters did to Hubble last night.
He pioneered the versatility to move from one area of journalism to another, and you don't see that happen too often.
So, it comes the time when a reporter has to do what a reporter has to do.
3, 2, 1, that's it!
Hey, you bees!
Yes! Ah, very good! Holy
If I remember his radio probably more strongly than anything.
The courtroom was hushed and the atmosphere electric as the foreman announced the jury's decision.
He just was larger than life. He'd walk into the newsroom, and newsrooms are busy places and there's a lot of clatter. He'd make more noise than everyone combined.
The media rumours erupted as journalists rushed for the phones and radio links to tell the world of this decision, something that has been awaited for nearly every Australian for over 2 years. But one must ask the question, will this put an end to the innuendo and speculation that has surrounded the case since Azaria disappeared in August 1980?
He was a personality, and that's why he's so successful.
In Darwin, this is Sean Flannery.
Well, that was Sean Flannery, and here to present the Sean Flannery Award for Outstanding Radio Reporting is his son, John Flannery.
Yep, well, that was shambles. I don't have much to say. I've been kept to a 30-second limit, so I'll keep it easy. I'd like to thank the organisers and the sponsors, and like to say how proud we are as a family to have this award in Sean's name. Outstanding. Well, that's how you could describe most of these blokes in so many different ways. But anyway, we'll go on with the awards. And the nominees for the Sean Flannery Award for the most outstanding radio reporting are Sarah Maurice, 2UE, Gillian Cannon, 2GB, and Catherine Clifford, ABC Tamworth. And the winner is Catherine Clifford, ABC Tamworth.
Catherine Clifford's impeccably researched reports on coal seam gas spills in the Pilliga brought a company to account on environmental concerns.
The investigation centres around Eastern Star's alleged non-compliance with the Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act.
The judges found that while operating within the parameters of limited regional radio resources, Catherine pursued an issue of fundamental importance to the local and broader community.
To my other finalists, my commiserations. I'm sure you're just as entitled to this as I am. I'd also like to say, long live radio. It's coming under a fair bit of pressure everywhere at the moment. And to the awards organisers, thank you extremely for organising this. What a great idea, and to honour these men in this way is just amazing. And yeah, thank you. Viva la radio.
Thanks, Catherine. It's great to see that award going home to the ABC team in Tamworth. And now for another important award, Most Outstanding Radio Current Affairs, an area where the medium can deliver a message just as powerful as its television counterpart. The nominees for Most Outstanding Radio Current Affairs are Chris Smith and Ian Dodd, 2GB, Peggy Giacoumoulos, SBS, and Ray Hadley from 2GB. And the winner is Ray Hadley.
Ray Hadley revealed a member of the Prime Minister's office was directly responsible for causing what became known as the Australia Day riots, when the PM and opposition leader were abused and jostled by angry protesters. Hadley revealed one of the PM's senior staffers tipped off and stirred up angry protesters. By day's end, despite the PM's earlier denials, Hadley had enough information to cause her staffer's resignation.
Obviously this is complete news to me, so I haven't had time to look at the matter or anything like that. I would just make the comment, a lot of things do get said on radio.
They do indeed, Prime Minister. Sometimes they're actually right.
The story was followed by every media outlet in the country and sparked a police inquiry.
And Ray Hadley has also won the Outstanding Radio Commentator Award. Now, as you know, they're busy in London at the moment, and Ray is at the Olympics for Foxtel in London, and he has sent this acceptance speech.
Thank you, Ellen. Good evening from London. I'm sorry I can't be with you. A little noise in the background. I hope that's not too disconcerting. First of all, it's a great honour to be a finalist in the inaugural Kennedy Awards, an even greater honour to actually win an award. Thank you so much. Les Kennedy was a bloke I greatly admired and respected. He wrote without fear or favour. He was also a friend to those people, not only the media, but in the police force, because many crimes wouldn't be solved with men and women writing and reporting like Les Kennedy. To his family, thank you for allowing his name to be used in such a fashion, and also thank you so much for allowing so much money to raise for the Charlie Perkins Trust. To the judges, thank you so much. To my fellow finalists, congratulations on being part of this very important night. I'll be back in Sydney as of Tuesday, and I look forward to catching up with you then. Have a wonderful night, and thank you.